If you're tired of boring chicken for meal prep, boring steak, then you absolutely have to try out this recipe. This is my green chutney recipe that I actually stole from my mom. It's going to be a low-calorie version of it, one that's healthy that you can use for meal prep, chicken, whatever it is you like. Let's get into it. If you don't know who I am, my name is Prince Jeet Kapoor. I am the founder and head transformation coach of Hustle Lifestyle Secrets. We've done over 2,000 consultations for nutrition, fitness, and accountability, helping people transform their bodies. Today, I'm going to bring this amazing recipe to you. For this recipe, you only need a couple things, which I really like, and it's all fresh herbs and spices and things like that. So first thing you're gonna need is you will need some cilantro, mint, 1 onion, jalapeños or the small green chilies, salt, black pepper, 2% fat Greek yogurt. We're not gonna use 0% fat. We're gonna use 2% fat. You need that specifically for this. Garlic, lemon squeezer, and then limes. That's all you need, and a blender. Let's get into it. We're gonna chop up this cilantro. The beauty is you don't have to chop it up really, really thin. You just have to do a couple big chops throughout, and that's all it takes. Make sure that you wash this ahead though, and also make sure that you've removed any dark or brown pieces. You don't wanna get those into your dressing. That's a pro tip I learned from my mom. Pretty simple. With the mint, you wanna make sure you remove the mint from the stem. I've already done most of this, but I'm gonna do a couple more. And that's it. We really don't even have to chop this up. We're just going to throw this right in the blender later. Next, jalapeno. You can use small green chilies, just did not have those at the store. So we're going to chop up some jalapenos. Make sure you wash your jalapenos. I'm just going to mostly remove the head. I don't have to chop these super small because they're going to go into the blender. You can do them in a couple long strips. And I want to keep the seeds because the seeds are the spice. Every time I see a recipe where they remove the seeds, I'm like, weakness. Get rid of it. If you want this to be a little less spicy, which I can understand, and this is pretty spicy, then what you would do is you would just use less jalapenos. I am going to probably use anywhere from 4 to 5. Probably want to start with 2 or 3. And if you're somebody who really likes spice, you can also use 4 or 5. Also, make sure that you don't touch your eyes when you are chopping jalapenos. That's all you have to do. Chopped it up so far. Pretty easy. Nothing that requires a ton of crazy skill. Onion. You just need 1 onion. This red onion specifically, it doesn't work the same with white or yellow or other types of onions. Green onion is also something that's necessary. If you wanted to add that, you could add that. We're just going to cut this up. Need to do a couple big chops. That's it. The last thing is going to be the garlic. All these muscles. Still can't open this. The garlic is pretty easy. You don't actually have to chop this up. That's why I just like to get the pre-peeled version. It just makes it so much easier and faster. That's about all the garlic I need. I think I have a clove, half a clove's worth of garlic, and that's it. The only thing I would add here is the green onion, which I forgot for this recipe. Next, we need to blend this all up. So blender, grab it. If you have a big food processor, that works too. First things first, grab some limes. So we're going to cut this up in half. And then this is exactly why I have these lime juicers, because what you don't want is you do not want the seeds to get in. And in order to prevent that, you're going to grab these nice lime juicers, 3 to 4 limes. You can also use a lemon. Lime, a little bit more sour, so it does work pretty well. Lime is all set. I'm now going to start throwing in some of my ingredients. Now that the ingredients are all in there, as my mom was walking by, she gave me a couple tips on this. First, you probably want to put in the Greek yogurt and lemon juice in first, then the onion, blend that a little bit, and then add in the rest. I'm not going to change this now, but that is great advice for the future. I'm going to use salt a little bit freely because I have a pretty decent eye. You probably want to be cognizant about how much you're using. It's just variable for different people. For me, I can use a little more salt. I'm a little bit more free with it. I would add in about 4 teaspoons. Then you're going to go ahead and add in some black pepper, maybe 1 tablespoon is enough. Don't put in a ton of black pepper. If there's not enough, you can always add more to it. That's the beauty. I'm going to pulse it a few times before I officially blend it in because I still want to add in my yogurt. That has blended, and if you open it up, I can smell it from right here, and it smells already fantastico. Now we're going to start turning this into more of a dressing versus just an herb sauce right now. With the Greek yogurt in particular, I'm going to be cognizant of how much I use. We're probably going to use about half this container, but I'm going to start with a couple dollops to let it blend in together. Taste it, try it, and then we'll go from there. Is it super spicy? Is it not spicy enough? Can I add in more? Do I need less? I forgot the green onions, which is a big part of a recipe. I would normally add those in, and you do that the same way you do the cilantro. Make sure you remove the dead skin, dead parts, chop it up all the way through, and it'll blend in for you here. So I put in a couple dollops. I'm at about quarter of the way through that Greek yogurt container. I tend to make things in big bulk because live in a big family, everybody eats. Okay, gotta go ahead and try that out. It's also usually spiciest when you just take it out. Oh, that had the kick to it. I think there was a good kick to that, and that's a lot for me. So typically when you first take this out, it is going to be its spiciest. As it sits in a fridge, the spice will reduce over time. But however, when you first take it off, it's really spicy, and it's so spicy you can't even eat it. If it's too spicy for you, a really quick fix to that is adding in some honey, monk fruit. You can also use, if you like stevia, you can use stevia, but I prefer the honey flavors. It kind of, for me, calms out that spice, and it's really nice because it just makes it a little bit more tame. It adds some sweetness to this. We are going to add some Greek yogurt to this still. We're just going to add in a good amount of this. We're going to go about half of the tub, once again, of Greek yogurt. That is much, much, much better. Still has that great mint flavor. Still has a fantastic kick to it, but it is more of that dressing style that we wanted now. The more you blend it, the more it'll thin. The less you blend it, the thicker it will be. I tend to like for it to be on the thicker side, which you can also do by letting it cool off in the fridge for a while. This dressing is just awesome. You can put it on anything. I love it with tandoori chicken. You can use it with steaks. You can use it with pork. You can use it on top of your egg. And try it out for yourself. Let me know what you think. Drop it in the comments below if you make this.